The desperate search for a missing 3-year-old.
Hundreds of volunteers are searching at this hour for a missing 3-year-old boy.
Lost in the woods for 3 days. A search that riveted the nation.
Our number one priority is to find Casey.
3-year-old Casey is back home.
He says a bear helped keep him safe. The little boy who was lost in the woods says a bear kept him safe and warm.
Sometimes you will see the bravest of all heroes wearing fur and feathers, paws and tails. The world may call them animals with no sense of urgency. We will call them saviors with balls of steel. Hang on to see the moments of unexpected heroism when animals surprised us by saving humans' lives. A regular day of feeding animals at the barn turned into an interesting encounter when the big bird wanted more than what it got for lunch, and even resorted to a different approach by grabbing the man's sleeve. Thank God he was wearing a thick jacket at the moment. When the kangaroo noticed this unusual sight, it jumped in to save its owner from the angry bird.
The baby and Kevin are just attacking me and each other at the same time.
Just look how it's fighting the emu to leave his favorite human alone. Wolverines are known as wild predators, but if they use their super senses right, they can do wonders as rescuers. This Wolverine trained for human rescues from avalanches, and when its abilities were put to the test, the animal surprised everyone. A man sat under a pile of snow and covered it with strong blocks. Once the Wolverine picked up his scent, it was enough to find him, and then the animal started digging.
All right, help me out. There you go.
Just look how proud it is to rescue someone. Many were convinced they couldn't train the predator, but this one proved every person wrong.
He dug me out, grabbed onto my hand, and pulled me out. He literally rescued me from underneath the snow.
Geese are known to act mischievous around us humans, but if you have a dog with you, there's no need to worry about them. Just as a man was peacefully taking a walk, a goose decided to sabotage the perfect day. And luckily, the dog sprung into action and addressed the bird. There's no way it would have succeeded in its evil plan with that dog in the frame. We all might have underestimated a donkey's abilities because they are not as naive as people thought them to be. This loyal one stood between the rancher and mama cow when it sensed that its owner could experience the fury of an overprotective mama cow, and did this to protect the farmer. Although his intentions were just to ensure the calf's safety, the cow did not understand and tried to be there for her child. Luckily, the smart donkey was on the scene to save the farmer. When this man pretended to be in trouble, he got a wholesome surprise from its best friend. Just as the dog witnessed that its owner was asking for help, it swiftly ran up to him for a heroic rescue. It shows how much these two love each other, and that dogs would do anything to protect their favorite humans. Here's a goose that soon regretted its choice of messing with a man. This guy was out for a walk with his dog when a goose came and grabbed him by the shirt. But little did it know that the canine would use all its might to get the bird away from the owner. After struggling for a while, the mischievous goose was finally out of sight. This farmer decided to rest for some time in the fields and was almost instantly surrounded by a herd of furious cows. But he had nothing to fear, as his faithful dog was there to save him from the animals. I'm amazed how it maintained a strong stance and was ready to protect the man. Sightseers in India witnessed a true power of a stray dog. As their safari vehicle made its way through the track, a leopard tried to get to the visitors. But the dog stopped it from moving another inch and continuously barked at it, saving every person on sight from a creepy encounter. The predator surely was not expecting such retaliation and had no choice but to leave the people alone. Here's a video that shows the unconditional love of a horse for its owner. The rancher had come in to tag the newborn calf, and its mother felt a bit nervous about his presence. Although she knew him, she still felt protective of the newborn. So the intelligent horse stayed between both of them and protected his favorite human. It even kicked multiple times to keep the cow at a safe distance. A cougar thought it would have a leisurely meal by going for this man or his pet, but little did it know that the dog had a much bigger heart than his size. The four-legged bodyguard turned up to its duty and started barking at the big cat until it changed its mind. Just look how confused this cougar is. It surely was not expecting that retaliation. Stealing from this chicken coop is about to become the biggest mistake of this fox. The owner of the place has 2 German shepherds for her protection, and just as the dogs detected an unwanted presence in the area, they switched to hero mode and began chasing the wild intruder. Just look how carefree the woman is, knowing her loving dogs have everything under control. That fox is lucky that its high jump worked, because nothing was going to stop these canines from chasing it. A girl went skiing with her friends and faced an unexpected situation when an avalanche came her way. But all hope was not lost, as a skilled and responsible rescue dog was on its way to bring her back to safety. The canine scanned the whole area and then finally got her scent. It signaled fellow rescuers to start digging and reached the perfect time for a safe rescue. This horse did not like another man getting close to its owner. Even though he was pretending to engage in a fight, the horse still did not take any chances and ran up to protect the owner from imminent danger. After ensuring he was safe, the horse went in for a hug to get love and appreciation from the man. While playing with a ball, the elder sister accidentally threw the toy in the fish pond. And as the girl ran in to get help, the German Shepherd analyzed the situation, and it then switched into a responsible nanny. The dog first dragged him back to keep him safe, and then did something quite exceptional. It took a net and brought the ball out so the boy wouldn't get near any danger again. I must say that this canine had more problem-solving abilities than any other one I've seen before. A guy was chilling in his backyard while using his phone when a brown snake decided to join him. Luckily, the active dog reacted on time and alerted the man about its presence, thus saving his life. Once he knew what his dog was pointing at, the man ran from the scene and even took his dog with him. Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. A mountain lion had been roaming near a residential area.
Looking at me.
A mountain lion.
Yeah.
Was he big?
Huge.
And after hearing loud noises, this woman came out to check the situation. It turns out her dog was defending her and the whole house from a mountain lion. As the brave dog chased this intruder, she got enough time to get inside, and the mountain lion went dashing across the pool almost instantly. The homeowners then brought in their savior for some medical assistance. A bear got interested in a man while he was walking with his pet cat in the backyard, and just as it tried to lunge at the person, the cat turned into a hero and chased it up a tree. Even after coming down, the bear was contemplating its life decisions. This seemingly normal walk is about to turn into a miraculous rescue site. Just as a bike stopped beside an unsuspecting man, the stray dog sensed the danger in the air and did something quite exceptional. It lunged at the robbers and saved the man from the suspicious people. He better give this good dog a treat after this. The stranger in the black hat has planned on mugging the next person who walks out that door. But there's a surprise waiting for him. Just as he lunged at the unsuspecting banker and ran with his bag, a vigilant German shepherd jumped in the scene and made him regret his decision. Its swift action helped save both the man and his money. Walking through the woods took an unexpected turn when this guy got stalked by an angry black bear.
Go! Go! Go away! Go!
But he was not alone. His courageous dog, Dante, was ready to take on anything to protect its owner. It ran towards the giant to distract it and save the man from the bear's claws. Once it was satisfied with the man's safety, Dante came back to continue his walk.
A hungry bear thought it was its lucky day when it discovered an open door.
This bear took an open door as an invitation for a lunch party and barged straight in. He sniffed around as he realized it was a dream come true. But the family's alert dog woke the bear up from his daydream and barked at it until he ran away. The homeowner then ran to shut the door, as he had no clue that the giant had made its way in, even when she was home. The dog's quick thinking saved her from a possible bear encounter. After watching the scent of delicious food, this bear made its way to the porch of a house. And the homeowner got so scared that she simply locked herself inside. She thought that there was nothing that could save her from the giant. But to her surprise, her seemingly tiny pet cat sprung into action and confronted the intruder twice her size. Even when the bear tried to intimidate the feline, it held its ground and made the giant retreat from the scene and ensured its owner's safety. If you have a sensitive and loving dog, you better not bring him to your jiu-jitsu tournament, because they will jump in to save you from your opponent, just like this cute rescuer. The poor canine thought that its owner needed help and did not consider any rules while it ran to a perfect rescue. A seemingly calm day of surfing turned into a nightmare for Todd Endress at the Monterey Bay. He was enjoying his time when an unwanted guest joined him. A shark in the waters had locked its eyes on Todd and even acted on its plan at the time. But he was saved by an unimaginable rescuer, a pod of dolphins. Just as the dolphins closed in, the shark knew it was time to leave, and Todd got enough time to get to the surface and was rushed to the hospital. Breaking into a house for some food is about to become a big mistake for this bear. It first thought that it will be easy to get a nice snack from the bird feeder, but it had no idea that a protective dog was on the lookout. Once the dog sensed an unwanted presence, it lunged at the bear without a doubt and did everything to fight for its owner's safety. In the end, the bear had to leave empty-handed. Grizzlies love salmon, so when one caught the scent of a nice catch made by a fisherman, it came in to share some of the food. When it stepped too close for comfort, a brave dog stepped up to get it out of the area. At first, the giant thought it could take up the tiny canine, but little did it know it was fighting for the owner's safety, and there's no chance of winning in such a combat. Eventually, it had to give up in front of the protective pets and left the site. Here's a bear that messed with the wrong house. It adventured near an area protected by a brave husky. And even though hungry grizzlies can be dangerous, this canine took up the predator as if it was nothing. The husky chased away the bear, while its owner simply laughed about the situation, feeling safe. A pair of vicious coyotes had their eyes set on a man. but his dogs teamed up to bravely defend their owners from them. Every attempt to get closer to the man was effectively countered by the brave dogs. And even after charging together, the wild animal had no match to the strength and agility of these canines. This mysterious man thought that it would be easy to mug this woman, as the whole street was empty and no one was gonna stop him. But it missed the stray dog sitting right in the middle of the road. Just as he grabbed her bag, the dog sensed his intentions and went in to rescue the woman. Obviously, he had to leave her alone, as there was no way to walk past the determined dog.
I'm 5'11", and I will disappear in just a matter of seconds.
2-year-old Mason was playing outside the home with his dogs when he accidentally wandered off into a dense cornfield. The place was just like a maze, and he could not make his way out.
I don't know how we got so far so quick.
When a search party went out to bring Mason back, they learned that his dogs were with him all the time. Thermal scans of the area showed that both the canines were guarding and protecting the boy, even in tough conditions.
A boy and his dog, and a cornfield.
This showed that dogs are truly a man's best friend. Watch Boogie, who had never swam before, heroically dive into a pool to save his owner when he thought he was drowning. The man just wanted to see how his pet would react in such a situation. And it really did not disappoint his owner. Without any second thoughts, Boogie fought his own fears of the water and jumped in to help the man. As soon as this man saw a bear lunging towards him, he knew he had to flee from the scene. But his dogs were there to protect him. In reality, this mama bear had her kids nearby, and when she saw the man with his dogs in the area, she tried to defend them. The canine stood its ground against the giant, as it knew that its owner's safety was on the line. In the end, both the dogs ran away safe and sound. This girl was walking down a street, minding her own business, when a mysterious car pulled up beside her, thinking that she was all alone. But the street had its bodyguards on the lookout. Just as the big dog noticed their intentions, it called for backup, and an unexpected hero emerged at the scene. The tiny pup barked so much at the people that they had to retreat without achieving their goal. This tiny titan actually saved the woman's life. A bear ventured into the garage, hoping to make its way to the kitchen, but all its plans were flopped when it came across a protective house cat. The feline stood in front of the giant in order to protect its owner.
Tigger, come back. Tigger.
Even though the woman called her back, it rested only after getting rid of the intruder. 2 men got chased by a rabid fox, and one of them knew that his pet would save him from the animal. He instantly ran up to the dog, and it proved its loyalty by holding a strong stance against the fox. Once it saw that there was no way to pass through the brave pet, the fox made a hasty retreat, leaving both the man and his pet unharmed. All the big cats here love this zookeeper, and while they were enjoying some quality time, one of the leopards got a mischievous idea to prank the man. But he was not alone. A tiger on his back had judged his intentions on time and acted accordingly. Once the leopard lunged from the back, the tiger stopped it by jumping over and saved his favorite zookeeper. He was completely clueless about his close call and how the big cat saved him. What a true love bond! The zookeepers were checking up on the lions when one of them got too interested in a man and went for a closer greeting. Even though his fellow tried to save him, the lioness also jumped in to rescue the zookeeper. She tried to hold down the lion and calm him down, and even bit his tail to stop him. It clearly showed her concern for the man's safety and how she did everything to protect him. In the end, the man got enough time to walk out of the area safe and sound, thanks to the vigilant lioness. Nan Hauser was doing her routine swim when a whale swam a bit too close for comfort, and its intentions were super pure. The giant had sensed something dangerous in the waters, so it nudged the diver, lifting her out of the water and even took her under its fin for protection. Once Nan came to the surface, she uncovered the reality behind the encounter.
There's a big tiger shark up there.
Yeah?
Yeah, right there.
The whale was saving her from a tiger shark roaming in the area. Once the diver had gotten to safety, the whale left after a goodbye.
How do you feel? I do. I love you.
A man engaged in a quarrel, but he had an elephant as a best friend who was ready to protect him. Just as the gentle giant noticed the slightest threat, it came running to rescue his best friend. When it came to saving his beloved owner, this dog did not care about the size of the moose. Even though both of them were going down the runway calmly, the moose still got offended by their presence and tried to get them out of the area. At this sight, the dog immediately took matters in its paws and protected its owner. Yoon had participated in a free diving competition at the Polar Land Aquarium and got to experience something much more than she signed up for. While diving 15 feet underwater in icy conditions, she got a leg cramp that made swimming back up hard.
When she was 15 feet down in the icy water, her right leg cramped up.
Two beluga whales in the aquarium, named Nicola and Mila, sensed this situation and swiftly moved to assist her. They effectively brought Yoon to the surface by holding her hands.
Two beluga whales saved the life of a diver at an aquarium in northeast China on Tuesday.
And she was one of 7 finalists in the competition. Some researchers at an aquarium wanted to check how the dolphin would react to a call for help, and it's safe to say it did not disappoint them. The loving animal quickly swam up to the lady pretending to need help and brought her to safety with it. The dolphin made sure she was rescued properly and got on land safe and sound. A man saw an open door and took the opportunity to break into the house, but was soon greeted by a giant dog. Once the owner came out and screamed at the man, the dog immediately turned to protect its owner.
The instant that I screamed, Dubai understood that that person was not welcome here.
It jumped into action by continuously barking at the intruder and made him leave the house instantly. When the man was out, the dog kept guard to make sure that he got a clear message. This girl got so invested in her guitar practice that she did not realize she had some unexpected audience. Her dog tried to warn her of the intruder, but the woman did not understand his concerns.
Hey, you're working. You're working.
So the bird did this. The little dog even charged at its opponents to protect the girl, and after getting a rude welcome, the bird made its way out. I'm not sure if the laptop survived, but the woman was safe after this encounter. A monkey made its way in the human world and got a naughty idea of teasing every person it met on the way. At first, it was succeeding in its mission, but it had to stop when faced with a dog. Just as the monkey made its way to a boy, the dog's instincts kicked in and it confronted the animal head on. It won't be messing with anyone else in the area again. Out in the blue, a diver was filming in the Bahamas when he had a creepy encounter with a hammerhead shark as they swam too close to him. And then an unexpected team of heroes zoomed in. A pod of quick-thinking dolphins rushed towards the shark, with their sleek bodies moving with purpose. The man witnessed this rescue in awe while filming everything with his camera. It was a real-life save from the sea that proves heroes can have fins too. A simple swim through the river became an overwhelming rescue. when a baby elephant came dashing in to save its favorite human. Derek had rescued this juvenile named Kam La earlier, and she developed fondness for him. So when she saw Derek moving in the water, she thought he had to be saved. Even though he was perfectly fine on his own, the compassionate elephant offered help. Clearly, she had not forgotten about her loving rescuer. You can only witness something like this in Russia. Oleg Alexandrov used to work at a circus and raised this bear along with 3 others. After a minor inconvenience at work, Oleg spent some time at the hospital, and once he got discharged, he was greeted by his best friend. The bear pushed his wheelchair around and was super excited to finally receive treats from its loving caretaker. It must feel special to be on the top list of a grizzly. While walking down a road with his dog, the duo was approached by a giant bear who was curious about their presence. But the loyal canine was not taking any chances with it. It protected its owner from the potential threat and stayed by his side. Even though the bear was double in size, it still got no chance to proceed towards the man. A coyote had been barging in a neighborhood in St. Catharines, Ontario, and a cat had finally had enough of it. So it played the role of a watchdog and chased away the intruder. It knew that the coyote was a threat to its favorite humans, so the responsible feline took matters in its own hands and made it flee from the area. This video is proof that animals have emotions. It took a defensive stance for its owner from other people. After that, when his friends pretended to play fight, the cow still came in to help the man, thinking he actually needed help. With a cow like that at his back, no one can mess with this farmer. Children in a neighborhood in Georgia are super safe, thanks to this super dog. Whenever they all come to cross the road, the stray rushes in to stop the vehicles and controls the traffic like a professional. He barks at every car to stop them before the zebra crossing to make them stop and stays on high alert until all the children have crossed over, ensuring their safety. A man in his wheelchair was stuck on a flooded road, and when some people offered help, he refused, as his pet dog was already working on getting him out of there. Just as the loyal dog sensed that he needed help, it ran behind the wheelchair and pushed it with all its might, ensuring its owner's security. Maramano dogs are bred in a way to protect whole herds of sheep. So when this owner came in a one-on-one situation with some wild wolves, its faithful dog came to its rescue. Even being outnumbered, the dog fought with courage and kept its master's safety the top priority. Haley was walking with her dog, Clover, and when she suddenly got her seizure, her dog sensed that it had to do something to get proper help.
All I remember is waking up in the ambulance and being very confused.
It first tried to rescue Haley on its own, but when a car passed by, her dog got a brilliant idea. Clover stood in the middle of the road and stopped the next car to save her owner. The driver instantly understood that she was asking for help.
It was really impressive. The dog Clover actually blocked my way
and came out to save Haley. With timely and proper working, Clover had saved her owner's life. These 2 loyal dogs have embarked on a rescue mission. Their owner, Maureen Hatcher, collapsed in her house and needed proper help.
And I said, Mommy needs help. And then they were gone.
Her dogs realized this situation on time and ran to fetch someone. When they came back, they had brought the neighbor who did the right thing to save her. In such a situation, time is the most crucial thing.
When a stroke happens, time is everything.
And the dogs saved their owner by acting promptly. A police car had been patrolling in an area and were approached by this dog. It caught their attention almost instantly as they thought the canine was signaling them to something. So they started following the dog and were surprised by what they saw at the end of the road. The responsible canine was taking them to help it put out fire at the house.
Buddy's actions certainly saved a lot more than just their house.
This responsible pet had saved the entire family by bringing firefighters and police on time.
I think Buddy's a hero.
Cats will take on anything when it comes to protecting their favorite human, even if it's alligators.
Yes, please.
Is that interesting? Look at this.
This courageous feline is the perfect packet of cuteness and cunning. Just as it noticed two vicious gators getting close, it slapped them and showed everyone who ruled the area.
What? Whoa!
I'd say you should get yourself a cat for protection instead of a bodyguard. A hunter was on his casual day in the forest when a curious bear developed interest in him and made him so frightened that he climbed up a tree. But the bear followed him there as well. Just as the hunter lost hope of survival, an unexpected savior emerged on the scene. It was a tiger, usually a fearsome hunter itself. But that day, the tiger faced the bear, and with a mighty roar, it aimed to make the man safe. Both the giants fought each other and moved away from the tree. Just like that, an unexpected guardian turned and vanished into the forest as silently as it had appeared, leaving the man in awe of nature. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.